यज्ञ इज्यो महेज्यश्च क्रतुः सत्रं सतां गतिः सर्वदर्शी विमुक्तात्मा सर्वज्ञो ज्ञानमुत्तमम्। यज्ञ इज्यो महेज्यश्च क्रतुः सत्रं सतां गतिः सर्वदर्शी विमुक्तात्मा सर्वज्ञो ज्ञानमुत्तमम्.
We have seen Mahejya. Now the name Kratuhu. In yajnas, those sacrifices where yupa is there. Yupa means that sacrificial post to which the animal to be sacrificed is tied, which is not the case in all. Few are of that type. Generally, no sacrifice of animal is there in the yajna, but few where the result is such that such things are allowed. So that Kratu also, big yajna, yajna by Vishnu. Any yajna is what? The nature of Vishnu only. So that Kratu also is Vishnu only. Satram. Satram is an extended sacrifice. A yajna which continues for a day together, 100 days or more, so like that. That is what is called as satram. Satram. And there are many rules in that case. Even the ritviks, etc., are distinguished while approaching them. So the order in which you have to approach, first the higher ones, like that, the topmost, we are very highly learned. Like that it goes. So certain additional rules are there. It is satram. For example, in Naimisharanya, such satras used to take place, or many sages, etc., used to assemble, and after the daily sacrifice over, evening, etc., they used to conduct satsang, wherein Puranas, etc., were being told. Oh, Suta. Suta is a disciple of Vyasa, who is specialized in Puranas. So he used to tell many Puranas, etc., Satra. So Satram. Satam Gati is a Gati, resort, refuge of Sat people. Here Sat people are Mumukshus. The resort of Mumukshu, the refuge of Mumukshu is nothing but Paramatma Swarupa. Because abidance in one's Swarupa, which is identical with the Paramatma, is moksha. So therefore, he is the refuge, the resort of those who are good in the sense, who are mokshus in nature. Sarvadarshi, the one who sees everything, not that he has started a what spy department. No, जासूसी नहीं है. Everything is known or experienced through the antakarma vritti. The one by whose nature itself, what does it do? Illumines, makes known the content of thoughts, antakarma vritti. First, he knows, then we know. There is nothing that we can hide from Ishvara because it is because of his nature of being the very knowledge principle we are able to know the features of antakara vrittis, which depicts for us the varied types of experience in life. So therefore, good, bad, indifferent, everything is first known to who? Paramatma. Only from that standpoint, Sarvadarshi. He doesn't do anything to see everything. By his very nature, everything gets revealed. Vimuktatma. Bhagavan is the one who is always vimukta, not like a jiva to begin with an ignorant person, then take to the pursuit of gaining sadhana chatur sampatti, vivek vairagya, etc., shravana, manana, nididhyasana, and thereby gains atma jnana, brahma jnana. Not like that. This is for the jiva individual who is conditioned by avidya, ignorance. Bhagavan Vishnu is what? He is the Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana Maya. His upadhi is Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana Maya. Maya, which is highly sattvic. Of course, in that also gradations are there. In terms of what Shiva wields, in terms of what Brahmaji wields, in terms of what Vishnu wields, but in general, the Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, they are wielding Vishuddha Sattva Pradhana Maya, wherein ignorance has no relevance. That the very existence, the embodiment, they know what the Swarupa is. So there is no question of their being Baddha and thereafter gaining the knowledge. So Vimukta, by Swabhava, by nature itself, one is free from samsara, as told in Kathopanishad. Vimuktascha vimuchyate. Vimukta, always free. Vimuchyate, hitherto was building an embodiment. That embodiment also is dropped off. Sarvajna. See, Sarvajna name we are very familiar with. Omniscient, we say. Omniscient is what? The knower of everything. Sarvasya. Jnana is the one who knows. And one who knows everything, Sarvajna. That is one meaning. Sarvajna also means that compound is resolved that way. Sarvascha asau jnascha. The entity who is both sarva, everything, at the same time jnaha, knowledge principle. The entity who is everything, entire Drishya Jagat, including the beings therein. Because the Jagat has no separate existence apart from the Chit Sarupa. Entire cosmos spins in Chaitanya in the sense. If Chaitanya, pure consciousness, awareness is not there, there cannot exist anything, no knowledge of anything possible, happiness can never be there. The very matrix of the entire Jagat is woven in existence, Sat, knowledge principle, Chit, Ananda, happiness. And that is what this Bhagavan, Chit Sarupa Bhagavan is there. If even just as you inquire into the nature of individual jiva, and as you proceed, finally you have to land in Chaitanya, and Chaitanya alone as the first and the last. Whereas rest all things, embodiment onwards, they come and go, come and go. So therefore, Tattva, the true nature, which always is there, never given up. Always means what? At the time of the Utpatti, birth of the entity, during the time of span of that continuance of the entity, after that entity gets destroyed, that first and the last entity, as far as you are concerned, is Chaitanya. So is the case. Whether it's Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Hiranyagarbha, Virat, is Chaitanya. Some devotees belong to a particular mata may not accept this. Nowadays, not in the past. They don't accept that the true nature of Vishnu is what? Chit. They claim that Vishnu continues even after Pralaya. I have told 100 times. This is a half information, and information without thorough investigation. What they say is true with respect to Naimittika Pralaya. That is the night time, sleep period of Brahma. At that time, Bhu, Bhuvaha, Swaha. These three lokas are dissolved. Mahajanaha Satyam, they are there. At that time, Vaikuntha is there, Kailasa is there, Brahmaloka is there, all these are there. True, Vishnu also is there, Kailasa, Shiva also is there. But in Prakrita Pradaya is the Pradaya dissolution when the term of 100 years of Brahma gets ended, the next Brahma is going to come. At that Pralaya, Prakriti was everything, including Maha, Janaha, Satyam, including the embodiment of Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, all get merged in what remains is Chaitanya only, but Prakriti Maya also is there. Only waiting for the next Srishti to come with new Brahma and all those things. But all lokas, all lokadhipatis merge whatever Chaitanya only. But in Atyantika Pralaya, in the wake of Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, even this Prakriti, even this Maya, which was there, gets ended in the case of that person who has got Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, no more Srishti for that individual. Therein, even Prakriti gets destroyed. What remains is Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone. So that will be the case here. So this, the Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, the embodiment such that they know all along their Swarupa. They don't have bondage at any time. That is, say, Hiranyagarbha, the moment he gets embodiment, he gets knowledge. But truly speaking, it is not worth accomplishment. And he says, Hiranyagarbha has no guru. But truly it is not worth accomplishing because all that is required is Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. But they were interested in getting the post of Hiranyagarbha or say Virat, for which rigorous tapas in terms of karma, upasanas, etc., for lives together with negative marking has to be taken too. As a result of all such practices for a very long period, they gain the embodiment, such as Hiranyagarbha, where the moment that embodiment is taken, Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana is there. But how much effort? In contrast with this, see, they had Vairagya up to the post of Hiranyagarbha. But they did want the post of Hiranyagarbha. To that extent, the Vairagya is lacking. And they accomplished it and got it. But it is not a great accomplishment because you are paid so much. Instead of that, with thorough Vairagya, an individual can right now here, without all the difficulties of karmas and upasanas of gaining Hiranyagarbha post, can gain Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, saying goodbye to the entire Jagat. Which is preferable right now here. So these are the, therefore though they have got knowledge like that, they had to undergo all these upasanas, etc. But yet, because of very stature of that upadhi, always vimukta, they know not what bondage is as far as that embodiment is concerned. So now here, Sarvajna, Sarvahacha, Asau, Jnahacha. He is everything because entire Jagat is centered in him. Who is that he? Chit Sarupa. At the same time, Jnana, omniscient, knows everything. So Sarvajnaha is the second meaning here. The one who is everything in the sense, entire Jagat, made of Panchamahabhutas, spins in whom all experiences take place, with the basis of Jagat before creation, during creation, after dissolution, the one who is first and last. So that is the server. At the same time, knowledge principle is Sarvajna. In Brihadaranyaka it is said, Idam sarvam yadayam atma. All this is nothing but Atma Swarupa, because the very basis is Atma, Chaitanya, without which nothing can exist, nothing can be known. Jnanamuttamam. It is Uttamam Jnanam. Uttamam is the adjective for Jnana. It is the best knowledge principle. In the sense, it is not a knowledge of an entity. It is a very knowledge principle, as told in the Taittiriya Brahmanavali, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. That Jnanam, that knowledge principle, which is Satyam. Satyam in the sense, Avitatham, which can never be Anruta, false. An entity which is ascertained as the one who has got such and such features or such and such nature, and that nature is never given up. It is always there. So means the entity which is ascertained of the nature of such and such is never given up. That is Satyam. On the contrary, in contrast with this, an entity which is ascertained of such and such nature, which nature is given up at one point, one time or other, that is Adrutam. Adrutam means truly not so as it appeared to be, which you call as false, and more precisely what you say as mithya. Those who what cannot tolerate the word mithya, better they try to know with their cool mind what exactly is meant by mithya. They think that those who say Jagat is mithya mean Jagat is not experientially available. Who told you? Mithya word doesn't mean that. Those who use the word mithya, they never mean that. Mithya is experientially certainly available, but that nature which is available for experience is not everlasting. At one point or other, that particular nature which was ascertained to be the entities of such and such thing is given up. That is what is called as mithya, means no doubt, experientially available, but truly not there. We need not scratch our head too much. Just consider your dream. In the dream is so vivid, very real. But after waking up, you only tell it is a false. That's what mithya. Even those who can't tolerate the word mithya, they agree with this. So, the Vyavaharika Jagat is certainly experiential moment by moment, but that state is not going to last. At one point or other, it gets ended, and therefore it was, it is not there now. That is the ideal condition for Anruta. That is what is called mithya. And that which always is, never ceases to exist. That is Satyam. So from that standpoint, here Jnanam, this knowledge is not a specific knowledge, the very knowledge principle which never happens to be otherwise. It, without any change, it always remains as it is. The very Nyapti Tattva, the knowledge principle. So from that standpoint, is what? Uttamam Jnanam. Not a knowledge of a thing, depends on the thing. No, it is Uttamam Jnanam. Continue, 62.
सुव्रतः सुमुखः सूक्ष्मः सुघोषः सुखदः सुहृत् मनोहरोजितक्रोधो वीरबाहुर्विदारणः सुव्रतः सुमुखः सूक्ष्मः सुघोषः सुखदः सुहृत् मनोहरोजितक्रोधो वीरबाहुर्विदारणः
Suvrata, one who has got, what is that? Very exalted vow. Vrata. What is it? What is it? Bhagavan has got an exalted vrata. You know, Ekadashi vrata. You observe certain discipline. You take minimum food, like that, Ekadashi vrata. It has got its own result, etc. See, Ekadashi vrata. That's very, they are very prominently observed by Vaishnavites. It has got a special feature in the sense. As a vrata, as a religious practice, keep aside. Even it has got very good result on one's health. See, those Vaishnavites who observe Ekadashi vrata properly, age of 80 is nothing for them. Their lifestyle is always 80 plus only. See, this is a matter of research, which I don't know, modern science may not believe or etc. But Research means you can certainly experiment and verify. Our embodiment such that the position of the moon has got a bearing on it. Very much. Ekadashi day is the one, because the special feature of such things, bearing on the body, if you take minimum food, etc., I'm not talking about religious aspect, it has got a great religious aspect of it. So it helps the body to cleanse it, and body becomes more fit. This purely physical standpoint. Not only that, the bearing on human body from Chaturthi, that is the fourth day of the fortnight, up to Ekadashi, 11th day of the fortnight, whether bright fortnight Shukla Paksha or dark fortnight Krishna Paksha, irrespective of that, is such that it is very conducive to the body. That's why past research, they are not verified now, has revealed that during the period of Chaturthi to Ekadashi, the percentage of recovery of serious patients is more compared to the same percentage in the rest of the period. Rest of the period what? Dvadashi to Tritiya, where adverse effects are there on the body. That's why they say surgeries, etc., done during this period, Chaturthi to Ekadashi, they heal quickly. But the other period takes more time. Serious patient, more chances of survival. There it is less chances. So such bearing is there on the body also. Religious wise, because of certain things, the Ekadashi deity only, the very good effect in terms of punya. Punya. See, there is one actual incident many years back. Maybe, I don't know, 100 years or something like that. One Shankaracharya, I don't know which Pithadipati, in North, he was camping in a big garden. Satsang, etc. was going on. And that day was of Ekadashi. Ekadashi. So, and it happened with Ekadashi. After Satsang, food is not being served. Fruits were being given to everyone. Fruits were being given to everyone. In that Satsang, at last, there were two Muslim gentlemen, and were distributing. They were also given. They also took it. Shankaracharya saw it because he knows it is not there. What is that? Vrata. So he noticed, and afterwards he called them. And he found that they were observing Ekadashi Vrata. He said, how come? This is not in Muslim Islam. So Hindu Vrata it is. He said, yes, Maharaj, it is true. But we are observing. How? They said, Maharaj, we are ordinary laborers. When we labor, we earn. Once it happened that because of poverty, both of us were working so much that they had no time to drink water nor to eat the food. And we were on the verge of death. Yamadutas came, whatever their version. They came and they found that no. These can't be taken. Why? Today is Ekadashi. They have observed it. How they observed? They don't know what is Ekadashi. They could not have water and food. And they left and went. And both them revived. This is not cock and bull. Then they suspected who are those and what they said. So they went to a Pandit, Hindu Pandit. Sir, what was the day yesterday? Ekadashi. Then they came to know more about the Ekadashi Vrata. And since then, what happened? They followed this. So that way, Ekadashi, that even Vrata wise has got a great result as Punya comes. The only exception is they say Ekadashi Vrata is not observed in Puri, Jagannath Puri. Ekadashi is what? Angulta. It seems once Brahmaji came to Puri Jagannath. And Jagannath, Vishnu. So he wanted to have some prasad. But all prasad was distributed, there was nothing left out. Someone was having on his leaf partaking. Brahmaji sought his permission, and from that leaf, he took little grains of that prasad. Being eaten by someone else. See, Brahmaji eating from somebody's plate. Order is not possible, but he wanted the prasad, he took it. The deity Ekadashi came. How could you take this? Today being Ekadashi. So because he said at that time, पूरी जगन्नाथ के और एक दो थप्पड़ दिया किसको फिगरेटिवली ओके नॉट लिटरली एकादशी को look you have no business in Puri on Puri even on Ekadashi everyone will eat the food. The whole row here, that's what is said there. I think even now it is followed. So Ekadashi Vrata is not followed in Puri Jagannath. Anyway, so therefore here this Vrata. Now, what is Bhagwan's Vrata? We have to come to that first. What I told was this because of the, what is that? The special feature of the Tithi, the date Ekadashi, and that period from Chaturthi to Ekadashi. See, this is a matter of, you can research, you can, hospitals, etc., they can keep a track of all these things and find out statistically. But where they have no time, and suppose they have to follow, they will not have the cases of surgery during the, what is that, Tritiya to this Dvadashi to Tritiya. Anyway, so this is what. Now, what is Bhagwan's Vrata? Suvrata. Suvrata. Wonderful law. What is it? We find it in Yuddha Kanda of Ramayana. Rama says, anyone who requests or surrenders me only once with full devotion and full surrender, oh Rama, I am yours. Please protect me. Rama says, I will never forsake him. Always I will protect him. The context is like this. In Lanka, in the Darbar, the royal assembly of Ravana, Vibhishana stood and told Ravana, his brother, look what you are doing, that is, you have kidnapped Sita and holding her as a captive is not correct, is not good for you, and this will be going to be the cause of your ruin. He said that. So Ravana, what you do? You are advising me? You are become agent of Rama? And he just kicks him, get out. He had no alternative, He comes to because at that time Rama was already camping on the other side with all the Vanara Sena. Comes and seeks interview with Rama. He is here. And the message goes to Rama, as Rakshasa from Lanka has come and he wants to meet you and he wants asylum, Sharana. So Rama, he could have taken decision straight away. As a king, what one should do? He takes the opinion of all. Should we grant him asylum? Should we accept him as a Sharanarthi? All said, Lakshmana, onward, Sugriva, and all this, Jambavanta, and all those big ministers. No, he's a Rakshasa. He may be even a spy of Ravana. We should not give him asylum. Hanuman was sitting in the corner. He just keeps quiet only. He didn't open his mouth. But Rama said, Hanumat, what is your opinion? He said, this is the right time to give him asylum, and we must give him asylum. In fact, he had met Vibhishana earlier. So he went there to search, no? He searched everywhere. He could not find Sita, but finally he found. At that time, he came across a place from where somewhere Ram, 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 Ram. Sound is heard. Lanka, all these Rakshasas against Rama, and there someone, Ram, is slowly peeped through window. Ravana's brother, Vibhishana. So he entered. Vishnu was very happy to meet Hanuman, etc. And during the dialogue, Vishnu said, Hanuman, how lucky you are. You always get the presence of Rama. See, I am meditating on Rama for such years together. I could not have his darshan so far. Hanuman said, look, mere repetition of name Ram, Ram, Bhakti is not enough. Have you served Rama? Have you done any service to him? Mother Sita is here for last 10 months. What did you do to release her? That is the result that you were telling Ravana. You have not done correctly. You have to do some service to Bhagavan also. So Hanuman knew what Vibhishana is, and he said, no, he should be granted. This is the time. At that time, Rama said a very famous verse. All devotees should keep in mind and take refuge in Bhagavan. It may be Rama form, it may be Shiva form, it is available, it is applicable to any form of Bhagavan. Nama, Rupa, may change, but principle is one and the same. What Rama said is this: Sakrudeva prapannaya tavasmiti yachate abhayam sarvatha tasmai dadami etad vratam mama. Etad vratam mama. This is my vow. Who says? Bhagavan says. Who is that? Rama. To anyone whosoever. And who is that person? Sakrudeva prapannaya. Prapanna, one who has surrendered. Anyone who has surrendered even once. Sometimes you have got a habit, not habit, the custom of doing namaskara repeatedly. So, but you can't go on like this. So, what you do is, see, I'm telling specific because some journalists are making big thing about what Modi's hands are trembling. It is a custom. That flag you are saying, you are repeating doing the namaskara. We do that. At least this is like this. You don't know. Oh, it's not like this. So repeat. Now here, not repeated surrender. Once. Sakradeva. So Sakradeva Prapannaya. The one who has what? Surrendered even once. What is that? Tava asmiti yachate. And he beseeches me, Rama, I am yours. I belong to you. Please help me. Please protect me. I surrender to you. He says, he can be anyone, whether human, animal, even demon, if he does that. Says, abhayam, fearlessness, protection, tasmai, unto that person. Fearam, sarvatha. Sarvatha means under all circumstances, under all circumstances, dadami, I give, etad vratam mama. This is my vow. The Bhagavan says, and Rama, ekvachane. Rama's words cannot be otherwise. So therefore, such a great vow he has got. Surata. means surrender to Bhagavan means a guarantee. It should be from the depth of the heart, not lip service. He knows what is Bahya and what is Antara, what is Bhava and what is Bahya in Bhagavan. If with truth, devotion, and love, one who surrender is never given up. But one thing, that doesn't mean thereafterwards everything will take place as you think. Need not be. Even from the superficial standpoint, it may appear something dreadly. Bhagavan knows it is for your good only. And he steers you through that. But you will be saved. So that is the vrata vow of Bhagavan. Suvrata. Sumukha. So the one whose face is beautiful. Need not physical beauty only as such, that also is there. Even otherwise, one who is always cheerful, not a morose and all that. So, in the Vishnu Purana it said, Prasanna Vadanam. His face, countenance is what? Delightful. Charu, beautiful also, physically beautiful also. Padma Patrayate Akshanam. Eyes are like the lotus petals, so beautiful. Rama's, Krishna's, they're so beautiful. Krishna may be dark, but so attractive, so beautiful. Even otherwise, in case of Rama, whether he was in the palace, whether in the forest, never his countenance was sad and morose. Maybe he appeared to weep for Sita, who is lost. But his cheerfulness was always there, which is glaringly seen at the time of his coronation, before going to forest. Everything is arranged. That morning is going to be coronated. The father is not seen. So he was father, and he was with the Kaikeyi. And no, you know what has happened, etc. Kaikeyi is asking boon, etc. And the father is in a very bad condition. So he says, your word will be honored. Look, just next moment he will be coronated. And now what? 14 years forest life, Vadamasa. What could have been the facial expression of other person, any other person? It was just nothing to him. He convinced his father. Even though father protested, he said, no, this is against our dynasty. We have to keep the word. And your word cannot be wrong. He goes to Mother Kausalya to take permission. Till now, he is going to the, what is that? Heir to the throne. The royal umbrella was held over him. The moment he came out, asked the person, remove that umbrella because he is no more now. And he went to Kausalya. Kausalya could make out this. What is this? It's coming like this. No royal umbrella. Rama, what is this all? Smilingly said, Mother, father has given me the kingdom of forest. Think of it. But she could not control herself, that's a different thing. But as far as Rama is concerned, he was same. The Rama who was earlier, now the same. And he goes to Sita also to take leave. Sita becomes super master. I will also come. No. All, he gives all reasons not to come, etc. She asked, one standard for a mother and one standard for a wife. What do you tell your mother? See, your duty is to take care of Dashratha now. So am I not your wife? My duty to take your care. Krishna, Rama knew it what it is. But Sumukha, whether correlation or forest, they were delightful countenance. So there was Sumukha. So that always is what? The face is delightful. Or other meaning of this can be Bhagavan is the one who gives all types of knowledge to Jagat. Sarva Vidya Upadesha. 64 Vidyas are there. They have originated from him and he gives them. We find in Shvetashatra Upanishad, Yo Brahmanam Vidadati Purvam, Yo Vai Vedansha Pranoti Tasmai, Parameshwara, who first create Brahma and imparts him the knowledge of Vedas. From that standpoint, Sumukha. So one whose face is what? So brilliant, pleasing, delightful. That also it can be, Sumukha can be taken. Sukshma, subtle. I have taken 100 times. Subtlety and grossness is measured in terms of gunas. Prithvi, grasses, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, all are there. Akasha, only Shabda is there, subtle. Atma, Brahma, Chaitanya has no Shabda also, most subtle. Sukshma. Paramatma, whose nature is nothing but Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone, totally free from Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha as seen in Kathopanishad. Shabdam, Asparsha, Rupa, Moem, etc. Sukshma, the most subtle one. Sughosha. Sughosha. Ghosha here is sound, auspicious sound. Auspicious sound in terms of Vedas. Who speaks of Vedas? See, in puja, no, dham, 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 whatever sort of it. So the one gross way, that Ghosha. Other way is what? Veda Ghosha. You go on reciting the Vedas, Veda Ghosha. The more superior. So here, that is one whose nature is auspicious sound in terms of Vedas, Veda Ghosha. So, or figuratively, they say the thunder, so sonorous. So therefore, that Gambhira Ghosha, very profound sound that emerges from the thunder belongs to him, also is called Sughosha. We'll see Sukhadaha next time. ॐ
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी तेषोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः